On-the-scene coverage of ACC 2015 is supported by Effiant.
I'm Peter Block in San Diego at ACC 2015 for On the Scene. With me is Sunjong Park from Seoul, Korea. Dr. Park is perhaps the master interventionist for left main disease multivessel stenting and has now finished 5 years of the Precombat trial, which is left main stenting. Dr. Park, tell me about what the trial was at the beginning, very shortly, as to how it was set up, and now we have 5-year follow-up.
Yes, exactly. You may know that the Precombat study just focused on the main disease randomized study, PCR with a cipher and bypass surgery. So the initial data was published in 2011. So this time we presented our 5 years data. Any primary endpoint actually was death, MI, and stroke, including the ischemic-driven TBR. Actually, very interestingly, we didn't find any statistical difference between the PCI with the cipher and bypass surgeries.
Yeah, the whole point of this trial at the beginning was hopefully not to show any difference. Isn't that right?
Right, exactly. And so, in secondary endpoint, hard endpoint, death, MI, stroke, absolutely same between the PCI and the surgery. Actually, the only difference is ischemic-driven TBR. Actually, the statistical power is getting decreased. Meaning is at the 5-year follow-up data, is quite maintain the efficacy concern of a PCI with a cipher, compared with the surgery. So, if we look at the other three multivessel disease data, the main PCI is totally different, efficacy and totally different concept, totally different disease entities.
So let's sort of try to summarize this a little bit. If you see patients now with left main disease, now that you have 5-year data that show no primary endpoint difference with surgery and no secondary endpoint differences with surgery except for revascularization, right? Do you just say, look, this is silly, let's just put a stent in that left main and fix it? And is there any left main disease that you cannot fix? Is there any left main disease you cannot fix?
Right. The main issue is, if you look at the guideline concern, at least, 2/3, at least more than 60% of a patient is good candidate for PCI, right? This is current practice concern. And so I would say even in the complex regions, including the main disease, if the region would be feasible to angioplasty, I will do the PCI for the main disease, right? So compared to the multivessels, it is totally different concept, right?
Right. So there you have it from the master, right? If 60% of patients are good left main candidates, and if so, go ahead and stent it. And the rest of them you can send to surgery because surgery is still pretty good. And we have a good strategy. Thank you, Dr. Park.
Right, thank you.